Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Waters of Humanity, the divine waters from within and the divine waters from above the dome. Welcome. So, I want to come here and just vent and enjoy this beautiful day outside, grounding myself, cleansing energy from my body, reconnecting to the water dome, which we're in. And also, I just want to vent about some certain things. First of all, number one, the main reason why I'm on here is to talk about why I don't have no friends or why I don't have communication, why I don't keep communication with people. Throughout my life, when I was a part of the Patrix, the patriarchy matrix, I really didn't have a sense of self. It was more of I had to communicate, masking, who I really was and what I was capable of because of people being afraid of my dark femininity, my truth, who I am, and what I bring to the table. And me as a transcendent woman, a queer Black woman, I had to, be a part of the masses, meaning that I had to be like, faking or like talk in this basically code switching. And that took out a lot of energy, out of my reserves. And what I mean by reserves, I'm talking about us humans, we all have like energy reserves. We get energy throughout the day to do tasks. And if I, per se, a person that is a spiritual, intuitive type of individual, if I had to be out in society and use my reserves and my energy to mask, then that is taking out energy of me, and that causes depression and low self-esteem, and just I was just always tired all the time. I didn't want to be around people. But now that I went through my shadow work, and I did like the dark night of the soul for 3 years, well, going on 4 years, I learned that like being by yourself is so refreshing. I mean, you don't have to like deal with the constant drama and the energies of different people, like they're demons. And it's just refreshing. I love being alone. I think that more Black women, or people in general should start discovering themselves, because the pandemic to me was a blessing. I was always around people who are narcissists and people who are divinely blessed by the divine from above the dome would know that when you come here, your light, these people are always trying to dim your light. They try to gaslight you or try to say like, oh, you're this and that. You may be like, if you basically talk about your issues to them, they either use that against you. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. They either use that against you, or they gaslight you, saying, "Are you sure that's happening?" Whatever the case may be. I know damn well that my intuition is telling me that these people are problems, and all my life I have been around narcissistic people. And what I mean by that is people who deplete me of my energy, my reserves. And I just had enough with it. I started to create boundaries from people and just say no to anything that makes me feel uncomfortable. And that's just simple as that. And it helped me. It helped my mental health. It helped me learn more about the deeper parts of me that I didn't even knew existed. It awakened my psychic abilities from the divine womb. and just so much other, so much other good things that came out of being alone. And a lot of people need to be more alone. It's not like, oh, you, like, for instance, I don't hate society or hate people, whatever the case may be. I just think a lot of people have a lot of issues. And because I am in an avatar of a black woman of trans experience, especially a queer woman, people usually, like, and I'm sure my sisters, you don't have to be a black trans woman. You could be a black cis woman too. But you clearly can sense when somebody has an issue with your being, basically just because you exist. It doesn't matter how polite you are, it doesn't matter how beautiful you are, just basically your existence bothers them. And all my life I have observed that, but because that was inside the matrix, I didn't say nothing about it. I just, like, okay, I observed it and internalized it. And then it started to eat me away, and then I gained, like, weight, and I was depressed, and I was just like, what was wrong with me, until I got into the pandemic mode, and I realized it was basically people. It wasn't me, it was people projecting their insecurities, their hatred of my being on me. And I was just like, I always thought it was my fault, or I internalized that. And it really, really ate at me for a very long time, until, I had time to be alone. I cut out everyone out of my life. I did a sweep. Okay. It was like a divine sweep. It said, whoop. And I'm just, like, so happy that I did that. I I love, even, like, I love going to the park alone. I love going to movie theaters alone. I even like going to restaurants alone. It really is refreshing. You don't have to deal with anybody. And you can also, being alone, you don't have to be accountable for how you act, because when people treat you wrong, I don't have to mask anymore. And that's something that's so a blessing of being alone. Now, if some way, somehow, that I magically, get my star family to come to me, I personally, I don't know if I believe in that. I believe that people are people, and what I mean by that is, it really depends. It really depends on the consciousness of the individual, that they can, tolerate my energy, because I'm on 70 and above. I don't, like, I went through my phases of my triple goddess. I just went through them my whole life. I went through the maiden phase, I went through the mother phase, and now I'm at, like, the chrome phase, where it's just like my dark feminine is just, I had it. I put boundaries on everything. And if I don't feel that person is right for me, I just cut them off. I don't need to even say nothing to you. I don't need to even explain. And black women, we need to stop explaining the reason why we cut people off. It doesn't matter. Like, I feel like there should be no explanation for me to cut off someone. I observe their behaviors. I see how they react to, my existence, how I talk about my feelings, and how I, express myself. And if they're not empathetic to my existence and my problems, you cannot be part of my life. And that is 2023 and 2024 and ongoing. I accept that I am the dark feminine. I accept that, my avatar triggers people in this world, and I'm just going to just navigate differently in this environment. And other black women should do the same thing. Stop masking, and basically making other people feel comfortable. We're the ones that are Mother Earth. We're the ones that people should make us feel comfortable because of the trauma and the the hardships that we went through just existing. If anybody who goes and anybody who does the dark night of the soul and who goes to higher consciousness knows that our vessel, who we are, is a part of this big, divine dome, or what we call Gaia. I call it the womb. That we are walking we're walking earth, we're walking nature. So if we're basically being affected or being treated wrong, what makes you think that consciously that you're not treating the planet right? People don't see that connection. But when you get into higher realm, you get into higher consciousness, you will put two and two together that you cannot be treating me wrong. And I think that, I know that Black women, we don't need to mask anymore. This year, because of the triple goddess, the marriage between the cosmic and the cosmic ocean above, and the dome together, we don't need a mask. We don't need to mask. And that is the reason why I don't have friends, because a lot of people still in the matrix, and they cannot tolerate my dark energy. I have awakened. I have embraced the dark side of me, and darkness is not bad at all. I don't consider darkness bad or whatever the case may be. I think that a lot of people in this world consider the word dark as an issue, and that's on them. But just embrace it. Embrace who you are, Black women. Embrace the dark feminine inside of you. Do not let people or society put you in this box. You clearly understand that we are the chosen ones. Black, cis, and trans. We are the chosen ones that are going to shift the consciousness to shift the consciousness of the collective and shift this world to where it's supposed to be. And we cannot close our mouths. We cannot tolerate the BS anymore. You have our men that clearly are treasonous by default. This is not even this is not even old. This is over 100,000 years, 1,000,000 years. The men in our community has been treasonous towards us. So enough is enough. You have the world that is against us, and I'm not saying everybody, but for me, I feel, because I went to higher consciousness, I can feel, the energy. I can feel the water dome, Mother Earth. She's angry and sad that her collected daughters are being treated wrong, and I feel that enough is enough. We need to start speaking up, and we need to make a society for ourselves, especially the women, and little girls in our communities, so we can have a safe space. And I am angry. I am really angry, and that anger, I'm going to use that anger towards creating a society for us. And that's the reason why I'm literally alone all the time, because people don't have our best interests at heart. People, especially people of no color, you have, they have this fakeness about them, this stage way of oh yeah, we're inclusive and all this type of stuff. Okay, but where are the laws that you're helping? Especially, I know I'm going off a rant, and this is a healing session for me. But especially, when it comes with sisterhood, this sisterhood of other women. If this is a sisterhood, if this is a sacred sisterhood, then why are other women not speaking up for Black women, on the behalf of Black women? How, these males are being treated us, how, society, the laws, just on our bodies, like, where is the support? Have you noticed that there's quietness all over? Like, none of these people don't care. So we have to care about each other, black women. It's no shade. You know, I don't dislike or hate other women, especially women of no color, but they're just not for me. I feel like they have a reservoir of consciousness when, as a collective, they need to figure out on their own. We, as black women, the dark feminine, we have to show solitude to each other as a network. When you see someone disrespecting black women, trans or cis, you call them out. You call them out and you cancel them immediately. Because if you don't think that black trans women are a part of the dome, that we are like, y'all are insane. Because when I woke up, I knew how powerful our avatar is and how important it is to sustain the balance of this earth. And the fact that a lot of people don't know this, especially in our community, is because they're so, well, because of the worshiping of like the males and things like that. And that's another reason why I literally stopped talking to people. Because, yeah, I just don't see any sisterhood unless they do the shadow work and stop being a worshiper to men. But anyways, that's the reason why, I am alone, and I got sick and tired of masking. I got sick and tired of, the BS that society has put us through. And because the veil is lifted, after the Sirius gateway, the portal, this month, we don't have to do that anymore. Well, this year we don't have to do it anymore. It's 2023, it's year 7. We do not have to mask anymore. The triple goddess is here. She's cleaned up the mess. And I think that, black, cis, and trans women need to have some solitude with each other and call it anybody who disrespects us. Because we are one unit, we are sisters, and we are in it together. People really do not like the image of the black woman, whether she's trans or cis. They just can't stand it. And we have to put boundaries, towards anybody who disrespects us. Be into the dark feminine. Love yourself, black women. Have self-esteem. Be alone. Have sisterhood. People who really, really care about your well-being. And take a rest. It is so okay to just I want to be in bed. I want to just rest. You have permission to do that, black women. You don't need to always work and work hard, whatever the case may be. Sit in your divine femininity. Fuck everyone else, because they don't care about us, and we should start caring about each other. So yeah, I went on a rant, but that made me feel good. I just released that energy out of my body. So comment, like, subscribe. I love you all, and until next time, water humanity and chiming out. All right, bye.